Hey everybody, this is me and my dog Frankie, and he happens to be an epileptic. You see on his tag it says epileptic, he needs meds. So he's been epileptic since 2013. He's going to take a little snoozy right now. Anyway, he's been epileptic since 2013, and he was really severe epileptic. He had cluster seizures. He would go at night, and when he would start having a seizure, he would have a seizure every 15 minutes. It was very scary. They were grand mal seizures. We went to our vet several times, and they just couldn't get him controlled, and he was doped up. And finally, they kept saying, you need to take him to a neurologist, and I just didn't get it. But the simplest explanation that my vet gave me that really made a lot of sense is, for people, when you're having like heart problems, you go to a cardiologist. So that would be like taking your dog when he's having heart problems to a cardiologist, and the vet, the regular vet, is like a family doctor. So if you're a person and you're having heart disease, heart attacks or something, you don't go to your family doctor, you go to a cardiologist. So for Frankie, since his little brain misfires, we took him to the brain specialist, which is a neurologist. So they were able to get him stabilized and get him down to just a couple seizures a year, and then they weren't cluster seizures. He's been on phenobarbital and potassium bromide, and there's some other medicines out there too. But let's flash forward to this past January, so January 2021. We saved his life with the medicine because there were several times when we thought we might have to put him down back then, and a lot of people around me said, you're gonna have to let go, but we fought for him and got him stabilized. But phenobarbital works on the liver, and that runs the risk of liver disease. So unfortunately, this past January, we did notice that Frankie was starting to drink gallons of water every day. He would drink a gallon of water, and this was unusual. And he did look like he was getting like a little old man, like a little chubby belly. It was just slightly distended. So we took him into his vet. It wasn't time for his neurology annual checkup. We took him into the vet, and we did discover that he had high ALK and ALT, I think are the liver enzymes. I don't have my paperwork right here, but they were off the chart. One was like above 2,000, and the other one was like 1,600, which I think they're supposed to be down around, I don't know, like in 200 or something level, like really low. And so they're like, well, he could have cancer, he could have liver failure, he could have something else going on. So we had to take him to the specialist, and we did find out that he was, we actually didn't take him to an internal medicine doctor. We took him back to the neurologist because the neurologist is very experienced with liver problems because of the medications from the epileptic seizures. So they took him off of his phenobarbital cold turkey, which is not supposed to, you're never supposed to go off phenobarbital cold turkey. He's now on potassium bromide and Keppra, which doesn't work on the liver. And we're getting fluid drains. We're doing, it's called abdominal centesis, fluid drains. And right before we went in, he went into what's known as hepatic encephalopathy, if I'm pronouncing that right, which is where the buildup of toxins that the liver can't clear starts to work on the brain, and he was getting overloaded, and he couldn't walk. He was like a rag doll. We had to hold him up on the back end with a towel and the front end with his halter just to go out to the bathroom. So we almost lost him. Like, we were literally saying goodbye to him and thinking we were going to have to make an appointment to put him to sleep when he woke up the next morning and trotted in and ate and said, no, I want to fight. So we took him and we got him on what's called lactulose, which helps the body clear the toxins out. And then he got better, and that's when they said you'll have to start draining his tummy. We took him to the regular vet. Oh which was a fiasco because she's like, well, I'm worried about his epilepsy. We're going to give him a sedative, and they gave him trazodone. Well, I asked them if that works on the liver, and the receptionist was like, oh no, it'll be fine. You know, I used to get my dog done all the time, and it'll be fine even for the liver failure. It wasn't. He went into another bout of hepatic encephalopathy, and we almost lost him again. So that was like 3 weeks later. So then we took him to his neurologist, and his neurologist is the one who now does the abdominal centesis, and he's very adept at doing it. And Frankie is like a star patient. He said Frankie just stands there and lets him drain his tummy and drain all the fluids out. And he's a model patient. And then he's so full of life and energetic. So right now we've had to put him on a special diet with liver disease. You are not supposed to feed animal proteins because proteins are what okay, if I can get this right, the proteins, the liver can't process them, and the toxins from that build up and get in the body and build the fluid, and also get into the brain if there's too much fluid. But the liver has to have protein to work to discard the toxins in the body. So it's like a rock in a hard place. So the best kind of proteins are going to be like egg, tofu, cheese. You can Google, there's all kinds of information if you Google liver diets for liver patients, for dog liver patients, and see what they're supposed to eat. So now he's on a special dog food that's made of egg and potato, and then we chop up broccoli, squash, carrots, pumpkin, rice, celery, just a bunch of veggies, and put that in his bowl as well with a little bit of chicken broth. The vet said flavor it with chicken broth, and he does really good on that. And yeah, we're managing it so far. So if you unfortunately are with a pet that has either epileptic seizures, meaning they don't know the reason for it, I really highly suggest skip all trips to the vet and go to a neurologist. If you don't have a neurologist in your area, see if you can do a phone consult with a neurologist, a well-known neurologist. And then if you're dealing with liver disease, and there's groups on Facebook you can join too that are amazing to learn from. But if you're dealing with liver disease as well, please get your dog to a specialist. Either an internal medicine doctor is going to be best for that situation. They can find out why the liver's having problems and help you. So again, I'm not a vet or anything, but these are just my experiences and what I've gone through and how we've helped Frankie. We should have lost him back in 2013 when he was having those cluster seizures. They're not fun, they're scary, and they can be very dangerous. So yeah, I pray for you on your journey, and I pray that you find the right combination of things for your pets as well. But Frankie, hi Frank. He's been the greatest boy, and I love him, and I'll fight for him, and he's doing really good. So thanks for watching.